You might have found us through BizEd.com, which is our main website. You might have found us on Facebook. We will be on Facebook Live again this morning, as soon as Ashley pushes the button back there. So you can find Facebook on your phone, and you can share it right there. You can look for us look for Biz Ed, and you can share it with everyone. You can also use that to come back later to catch little things you didn't catch, or to just listen to the whole thing again. So, and we have all of this year in both locations. I think we have 8 episodes or 8 workshops on there. And they're also embedded on the website at bizedge.com. If you didn't sign in, if Ashley didn't catch you, if I didn't catch you at the beginning, you can sign in yourself. You can go to bized.com/IamHere. That'll bring up the same form that we used to sign in. If you signed in previously, you can skip some of the stuff and just put your email address in there, and that'll just kind of let us know that you are here. All right. So I think I covered everything. We can get to our feature presentation. Ashley, are we ready?
Yeah, it's good.
Are we live? Okay.
You're live.
Share us now. Okay, are you ready? Speaking with us today about how modern businesses can use business to make massive impact in their growth is Anthony Prichard. He lives in Englewood, Colorado, with 2 daughters, and one is 13. Her name is Taryn, and the other is 18 and knows everything. Her name is Google. Pause for laughter. All right. Anthony is a certified Google partner and a YouTube specialist who focuses on teaching realtors how to farm their neighborhood using 1-minute YouTube videos. This same technique can work for any service-based business that has a physical address. And today, Anthony will demonstrate how anyone can show up on the first page of Google for their most profitable keyword. Please help me welcome our business education speaker for today, Denver's YouTube specialist, Anthony Prichard.
Thanks very much for the kind introduction. I learn best kinesthetically, and I know there's 4 different learning styles, but I feel like the kinesthetic way allows for audio, visual, and logistical to really communicate better than just one or the other. And so that's what I've got for you today, is a demonstration that I've developed over the last 10 years because of my background in sales and really just stumbling across this tool that I believe is the most powerful business tool in the world, which is video. I believe that video and the internet allows you to be in all places everywhere instantly. And that's the demonstration I have for you today that you can use to impact people that have the ability to receive value from you the easiest. My background is in sales, and my first career after college was in telecommunications. It was when Qwest was being deregulated and everybody really disapproved of their customer service, and so it was pretty easy to go knocking door to door and say, hey, would you like to evaluate the situation here? Well, after all that activity, after all that prospecting and all those numbers, I recognized a trend that I was really only getting in front of people that ended up looking a lot like me. And that was because I was building instant trust through my body language and who I was as a person. And so there was other people that I ended up working for, but whenever I came across somebody that looked a lot like me, I knew I had something because it happened so much quicker, and I enjoyed it a lot better. Making that transaction, it was like I was helping a friend, not like I was making a sale. So one day, after I had left the telecom industry and after I'd left Halliburton and a few other jobs, I found myself working for myself in construction. My parents had just given me a flip cam for Christmas, and I thought, what am I going to do with this? I don't know what to say. I'm not going to memorize something. I know I'm going to mess it up. I'm so worried and stressed out, like, no way. And then I was just like, oh, Well, I'm already walking through these houses 6 times a day. I was walking through it for investors because I was fixing and flipping houses. And I was walking through it for subcontractors who were doing the work for me. I said, I'll just walk through this house with my flip cam. So if you can imagine, back in 2007, the very beginning of 2007, I was standing in front of 1643 Raleigh Street. I said, hi, my name's Anthony. I am standing in front of 1643 Raleigh Street, and my clients have just hired me to completely renovate this house behind me, and so we're going to go ahead and take a walk on through it. I'm going to show you what we're doing. And you can see the stone facade is really ugly. We're going to go ahead and stucco over that. I'm sure you'll be happy, much happier with the curb appeal. Inside the front door here, you can tell we've torn out the cabinets already. We're already working on drywall and trim. And here in the hallway is Javier. Javier, would you mind telling the people at home what you're doing there in the hallway? He said, oh, Anthony, you're going to love this travertine tile floor, man. I got a pinwheel pattern, and I got 1/8-inch bone grout. I'm going to polish it and put a sealer. You're going to love it, bro. I was like, Javier, that is gold. Thank you. Click. And I just knew I had something. Because I poured myself into it like head first. I didn't know what I was going to get. But I also knew that I didn't have to publish the video if I didn't like what I came up with. And I think that's the first step to getting comfortable with video, is to press record and see what shows up. And then to watch yourself. That's the first lesson in video, is to just wax on a subject. Maybe it's in your car. Maybe it's in the shower, but you can wax on something that you're already really comfortable with, and you can start to develop your video marketing strategy. I'm a certified Google partner, and after I started developing these videos, a local agency found me and said, what you're doing is creating a really good quality score for people, a good experience. And that's what Google is built on. See, 18 years ago, on the center of the Stanford College campus, which is in the center of the Silicon Valley, 2 guys got together by the name of Sergey and Larry. And they said, we can change this thing called the internet if we focus on one thing. If we give people what they want, they'll keep coming back, and they'll use this over and over again. It's like the law of attraction, right? You eventually get what you want. If you get up every day and you look in the mirror and you say, oh, I'm kind of depressed and I look kind of fat and I'm probably going to be really unlucky today and I am just ugly as sin. What are you going to get? But if you look in the mirror and you say, I'm going to make something beautiful out of this day, I don't care what it takes, but I'm going to probably get lucky and I'm looking for success, what are you going to get? So Google works the exact same way as the law of attraction, and you need to learn what people want and you need to give it to them, and you can do that 80% better through video. Video communicates with body language, it communicates with the tone of your voice, it communicates with the pace, and it gives somebody a lot more insight to be able to trust you because it's so transparent. You can't lie in front of the camera and get away with it. It just won't allow you to. People can see right through it. So, can I get a show of hands and find out how many people have used Google in the last 24 hours? For directions, for recipes, for buying things? Let the record show that 95% of people, I think everybody stuck their hand in the air. Because it's on our phones. It's with us wherever we go. And if we ourselves aren't showing up on the first page of Google, then we simply don't exist. The big running joke here is that the best place to hide a dead body is on the second page of the Google search engine. Because nobody goes there. So, we're here today to make a video, and if we all can make a video together, then each one of us can make a video for ourselves. So what we have to ask ourselves is, what problem are we solving by sitting in these seats here right now? What are we getting out of this experience? Well, I like to pose the question, but because it takes a lot of work and I have to do a lot of this preparation, I went ahead and I chose a keyword for you. Now, nod your head if this is true. Are you getting continuing education for your business by being here today?
Yeah.
Okay, that's most people. Good. So that'll be our keyword, and let's go do some quick research to see what shows up for continuing education for business people in Westminster, Colorado, because geographic keyword is really your stronghold to this strategy in the beginning. You're not going to rank on the first page for national keywords, but you are going to rank on the first page for geographical keywords. And it's another good law of attraction, economic law, that people naturally want to work with people that live closest to them. It's one of the biggest common grounds, and when you've got good common ground, you can more easily know, like, and trust someone, trust being the key factor there. They're about to risk their stack of money, and they're going to give it to you and expect something in return. So, what we type in here is continuing education for business people in Westminster. I already did this research for you, so there it is. Okay, so we see a few things right away. In these search results, we notice that there's no paid advertising. Does everybody know what paid advertising is? With pay-per-click, AdWords. A lot of people relate AdWords with pay-per-click advertising, and it's true. Google made $74 billion last year, and 90% of that revenue came from one product, AdWords. $67 billion came from businesses who knew they needed to show up on the first page of Google. But today you're going to learn how to do it yourself for free.
Yay!
The first thing you want to look for is no paid advertising, or fewer paid advertisings up there.
How do
So,
you know that?
What?
And how do you know that?
They're not here. Let's choose another keyword to show you what a paid advertising would be. Plumbing services. Okay, so the first thing you get here is the maps listing, right? And then, where are these at? So the ads on this particular page are at the bottom. You can see these are ads, and I apologize that the focus is a little off. I wonder if I can fix that any better.
That's better.
I don't see.
That looks better.
I think I'm right in the middle. Okay. So these are paid advertisements here. They've got that little green ad square there. And you can know that you've got a more competitive keyword, the more ads show up when you do your keyword research. There's a few other websites I'd like to give you to help you with keyword research. And one of them is spyfoo.com. This also helps you keep track of your competition. And you can type in your keyword here. Plumbing. Plumbing is a big one. And it can give you all this competitive information about how often this keyword is searched and how many people are paying to do this. It's got related keywords, advertiser history, ranking history, backlinks, keyword grouping, all this SEO stuff, right? Okay, so this is our keyword, continuing education for business people in Westminster, Colorado. So let's find something else people can relate to us on, and How about a famous quote about continuing education? Now, if the people who watch this video also trust the person who gave the quote, that's another piece of common ground. That's another way we can build trust with the person who's watching our video. So if you want to be more powerful in life, educate yourself. Well, it didn't say who that said that. Let's see, what does Ralph Waldo Emerson say? Unless you try to do something beyond what you have already mastered, you will never grow. That's a pretty good one. Need something that's easy to remember. Oh, this is a good one. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. You like that one?
Yes.
Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so I'll be the spokesperson, and at the end, I'll have everyone say, "Join us!" Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so on 3, say, "Join us." 1, 2, 3.
Join us!
Great. Okay. Now, there's a little air going on up above. I don't know if you hear it. But that's interference with my audio. I don't know if you've ever tried to record your video on your smartphone, but it doesn't have the best audio. So I went out and I just found the least expensive, most reliable microphone that I could. And it's got 4 rings on it and it plugs right into my phone. And it allows me to capture great audio no matter where I'm at. In a busy room, in a room like this that's got air conditioning going on, or even outdoors with cars rushing by. Now, I never have an excuse to not make a video because I've got a wired lavalier microphone that doesn't have any batteries. It always works. So what I'll do is I'll bring this up to eye level, and this is a contraption that I discovered after trying out like 100 other things that I purchased online that didn't work. This would attach to my ladder when I was working on a house. This would attach to any chair, table, countertop, or desk, and there's a chair in every room. So it allowed me to make videos 10 times easier, and Albert Einstein said that invention is a result of necessity, and that's what this was for me. I needed something that's very portable and easy to use, quick to pull out, and it's to stabilize the camera, because I didn't want to pull my subcontractors off the job to hold the camera for me, or ask someone else to hold it for me, because I might have had to do 20 takes the first time around. So this allowed me to do that in almost any situation. So I just turned my camera on, pointed at myself, and I say, "Hey, did you know that there's this group that meets twice a month right here near the corner of 92nd and Sheridan? We're on the top floor. It's called the DaVinci Institute, and we are Boost Biz Ed Westminster." We're reminded of a famous quote by Benjamin Franklin. He said, "The best investment pays, or education, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest." And we invite you to join us every second and fourth Wednesday, right here at the DaVinci Institute at 9:30, right? And then it's boom, join us. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go boom, and you're going to say, "Join us." It's going to be beautiful. Okay. And we are rolling in 3. I'm a little tilted. Let's try this again. Got to make sure I'm nice and straight. There we go. Okay, so we'll back away as far as we can for each other. Hey, did you know that there's a bi-monthly meeting in Westminster for people looking to continue their education for their business? Hi, My name is Anthony Prichard, and today I'm the spokesperson for Boost Biz Ed Westminster. And I'm reminded of a quote by Benjamin Franklin, who said, an investment, darn it, an investment in knowledge. So I'm human too, right? I don't pull it off like a Hollywood actor every time. But I'm diving straight forward, hoping Javier shows up. Okay, one more time. And rolling. An investment in knowledge, that's what it is. Hi, did you know that there was a meeting twice a month in Westminster for business people who are interested in continuing their education? Hi, my name is Anthony Prichard, and today I'm at Boost Biz Ed Westminster, and I'm teaching a class on YouTube for business, modern marketing. And I'm reminded of a famous quote by Benjamin Franklin, who said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So I invite you to join us right here at 9:30 every second and fourth Wednesday at the DaVinci Institute at Boost Biz Ed Westminster.
Join us!
Great! I think we got something. Okay, so now I will just open my phone app. Oh, and I'm going to share my phone screen with you. So I've got this app called Screen Mirror, and it allows me to share my phone screen with you so that I can teach you how I've transitioned my video creation and my video editing process off my laptop and onto my phone. And I set this up earlier, but it looks like it has to be connected on the same Wi-Fi on both my phone. Oh, that might be it. No, not connected. And my laptop. So they have to be on the same signal. Oh, and see how it defaults to that one? So I just told it to go to the right signal, and now you can see my screen. Okay, so here's the video that I did, and I'm just going to go to my YouTube app, and I'm going to make sure I'm in the right channel, because I do manage quite a few channels. Yep, I'm on the right channel, and I'm just going to press the video button, and that video on the left, that is, and I'm going to switch this over to private until I can properly index it, and then I'm going to show you, once it uploads, how to properly index this video so that the Google spiders see it as very relevant content for this keyword. And for that, I am going to use my computer. I'm not editing or anything like that. I do have other classes that I give on editing with your smartphone. The next one is on April 21st. It's called Editing with AI, and I'll be at the Corky Gonzalez Library off of Colfax and Federal. That's where we go into actually editing your videos with your smartphone with an app called Magisto. There's one that GoPro has put out. There's also one that Adobe has put out that uses artificial intelligence to help you to help you edit your videos so that you're not spending hours and hours. So this is the next piece. This is the thing you came for. Most of you are video marketers already, or digital marketers already. This is the piece that I learned when I was a part of the Empower Network. And Lawrence Tam sat down on a live webinar, and he ranked a video for his name, and that got me thinking that I could rank it for a business service and get it to show up in the first page of Google. So this is what I've developed over the last 5 years, and I'm going to go over it now. The title, the description, and the meta tag need to have these same keywords in it. Continuing education for business people in Westminster. If the title, the description, and the meta tag have that repeated 3 times, your likelihood is really high. But I've just done some more things, and I've done them here. So you can see down there at the bottom where it says description, this is the description. So I've got this is kind of like a press release, right? The snippet is the first 2 lines of the description. And when you copy and paste this URL, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, I believe, they will all take the thumbnail image of the video, the title, and the first 2 lines of the description. So you've got to tell people everything you can in the first 2 lines, because that's what's going to get shown or have the most visibility. Next is the description. This is where you want to give people all the information about the video if they didn't watch it. There are some people that avoid watching videos, believe it or not, and they would rather read. They've convinced themselves that they can get more information by reading than they can by watching. So give them all that information right up front in the longer description. Everything you say in the video basically should go right there. Not quite an annotation or a transcription, but you do want to summarize what the video is about to encourage them to watch it. Next, you've got the citation, or the NAT, the name, address, and phone number. This information is located all over the internet in multiple thousands of directories if you've done your job right of publishing your business. Google sees that as reputable information. If that same set of characters and numbers exists in your video that it does in all those directories all over the internet, it identifies this video as respectable content. So the next is the other 3 things you saw in there: other resources, connect with us on social, and other YouTube videos, followed by the hashtag strategy. So I'm just going to go to my YouTube channel, which is connected to my Gmail account, right here in the app switcher in the upper right-hand corner. And it's the same login, it's the same channel. I do a lot of soccer coaching, so you see that it recommends lots of soccer information for me. This is one of my clients. She's got a team of realtors. And now, remember that telecom job I had where we all sat around the boardroom every Monday morning and tried to help each other overcome objections and how to best knock on doors and get to the gate, get through the gatekeeper? Now all those people are video spokespeople. And they're going out into the world, they're doing their job, and they're recording themselves, capturing social proof, helping clients, helping their community, and they're building this voice, this brand out there with video that communicates so much faster. Okay, so here's my video manager in the upper top of the page, and it will show up with the video that I just uploaded from my phone. And I just press the edit button. I go down here and I change the title to Continuing Then I take my information. Now you can also go see this on YouTube. I'm not going to hide anything. I know it's blurry and you can't read it, but you can go back and see exactly what I did, exactly what I wrote, so that you can copy it for yourself. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take all this information and just rebrand it for your own. This is a formula. It's a principle. You can use it on your own. So down here in the tags, basically same strategy as the hashtag strategy. Anybody know what a meta tag is? In the back? Information about your information. It's kind of redundant. but you're telling the Google spiders what this is all about. So I'm going to type that in.
So is it largely those hashtags that you pasted in above, those same terms?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is. I just wrote in continuing education for business people in Westminster, continuing education. I spelled that wrong. What I wrote in Westminster, I wrote in who's Biz Ed, I wrote in Anthony, I wrote in Drew. Good. Okay, so then over here I'm going to toggle over to public, and I'm going to add to a playlist which I have is called Authority Marketing First Page Results. That's where you can see all my other videos where I've done this presentation. I've done this presentation 74 times in the last 3 years, including Vegas and Portland, and it always makes a really great impact because it's so empowering every time people see this. I'm going to go back over to advanced settings right here, and this is what I look at as kind of like the SAT exam. The more boxes you fill out, the better score you get. And we're going to call this education, definitely. Video location. What's the address here, Carol?
9191 Sheridan, Suite 300, Westminster, 80031.
Okay, and we're going to have Google search that.
Anthony, when do you have to ask permission to put someone in your tag, like the DaVinci Institute?
If it's public information,
Then we don't.
then you don't. These rules really only require you to do that when you're using music or video. And actually, these laws allow you to use other people's video if you're commentating about it. It's the Free and Fair Use Act. And you can use other people's video content and say, hey, look what I just watched. This is what I think about what I just watched. And that's not illegal or copyright infringement. Question in the back?
Like Facebook, they say, they seem to, whatever you put on Facebook belongs to Facebook. Does that apply to the same thing?
No, good question. Here it is. License and rights ownership. Standard YouTube license is that you actually retain these rights. But if you choose Creative Commons attribution, and you may choose to, I will in this one, I don't care if somebody takes my video and they use it as their own. It's kind of hard to make this video anything other than what it is. And people actually will search for Creative Commons use content more because they're going to go and, see if there's something out there they can use for themselves as a resource. So one of your strategies might be to use Creative Commons attribution until you start to get a big following or until you don't like how somebody used your content, and then you go ahead and use the standard license. So we want to choose English as the language, and the recording date is today. The certification is that it's never aired on U.S. television. And we're ready to publish. So that's how easy it is, people. It was really less than 30 minutes, wasn't it? And I teach anybody that they can do this once a week, invest 30 minutes once a week to your business with keywords and types of videos like the ones you've got there listed on the resource page. You can do dog parks. You can do restaurants. You can do coffee shops. You can do bicycle trails. You can do just about any number of things that you'd like to be an expert on. maybe you've already got some credibility around knitting clubs or babysitting clubs or website groups, or, it's really unlimited. Find your tribe, maybe do that research to find what keywords are being searched the most. You publish these videos over a 3-month period, you're going to be generating hundreds of introductions every month. And the top of the sales funnel is what?
Leads.
It's introduction. It's not a lead. Because we don't get to create a conversation until we've had an introduction first. The more introductions you have, the more conversations you have. Those conversations will lead to buying questions, which I consider leads. So that's 3 levels down from the introduction. But if there's not a bunch of introductions way up here at the top, you're going to have fewer leads. Yes? Yes. So, geographical is really important. It works like a pebble in a pond. You drop this video in the Westminster pond, and people here see it the most because it applies directly to them. Go around to Lakewood, Aurora, Thornton, Westminster, Wheat Ridge. These are all pretty easily accessible keywords. Do that before you go to Denver. Denver's going to be more competitive. See how that works? You start small and you work outwards. And I learned this by doing construction and remodeling in different little cities. First I started in Centennial. Then I was near DU. Then I was out in Lakewood. I'd be working on a job down in Parker, and somebody in Lakewood would call me, "Hey, I just saw your video about remodeling in Lakewood. Can you come give me a quote?" All right. Yeah. Now, I just automated my introductions. I was working, and the video was working for me. And I just left a cookie trail back to me and who I was. So let me give you some great examples of how this works for other businesses. Here's a keyword that generates $1,600 every time 4 people click on it. Pizza, Denver. This is proof that it can work on the big scale. Whoops. So it didn't show up on the first page week 1, not even month 3, but on the month 4 it did show up on the first page. And do you notice? Oh, it's not there right now. Okay, well, see, they're always changing this algorithm, right? But it is on the first for videos tab. Let me give you another one. Because they send out that catering truck and they make $1,600 every time, 4 or 5 people click on it. They're already needing catering. They see this video exactly about what they're going to get. They get a really good experience. They say, "I want that catering truck." Here's another one. Generates 20 views a week. 7 out of the 20 people that watch it call the organization. Do you think people... Wait, I'm on all again, sorry. Do you think there's some healers out there that can help people solve their sleeping problems? And they live in any city in northern Colorado. Now, people type this in, and do you notice any difference about this result compared to these other results? It's the only one with the picture right there. And the picture says 1,000 words. So there's just a bunch of these out there. I've got a list of all these first page results. The one I do for myself is the Denver YouTube specialist. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this.
Newspaper, and directory. Because unlike any of those things, video is measurable. Video is engaging, and it communicates website? The answer is yes. I generate 1 to 2 leads per day by using these free techniques. I show people how to show up on the first page of Google in 30 minutes or less. And I consult with business leaders on how to use video more effectively to drive results that I show you how to track with Google Analytics. You'll walk away with answers to the 4 biggest objections that people have to using video. Fear of equipment, fear of technology, fear of cost, and fear of judgment. So what's your 2017 video marketing plan? To get a hold of me, I've set up a proof of concept. Type or speak my name into the Google search engine and see what comes up.
So, that is my example, and I have this show every other month at Denver Open Media, and it's tomorrow. And the theme is called MVP, Minimum Viable Product. We pit DSLR, professional DSLR equipment against my smartphone, and we let you be the judge of what video was more effective. It's $10. That pizza company caters it, and it's just an hour long, but we've got a really well-produced show at the public access television station. It's a lot of fun, and it's even more interactive to be there in person, but we will live stream it on Facebook and YouTube, just again as another demonstration of what you can do for yourself. I hope that I've helped you overcome those 4 fears: technology, equipment, cost, and judgment. We actually haven't gone over that one. But that is your ego that's telling you that you're going to be safer in bed with the covers tucked up over your head, and that's a safer place for you to be. Well, your ego just doesn't have your best interest in mind in that scenario. You have to say thank you for being, so smart and intelligent and protecting me, but I'm going to show you the door while I go do this thing, and I get seen in a bigger way. And people will judge you, but those aren't your people. The first thing you've got to be okay with is offending people and not being everyone's piece of cake. And the most controversial content is the most viral. Yes? It's controversial to beat someone up and drag them out of a plane. Not everybody would do that. I say stay away from politics and religion, though.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. But do the unusual, do the unexpected. Bring a handheld microphone downtown Denver and get unscripted responses from people about questions that relate to your industry. Find out what people really want. That is some really good content. And people are going to be drawn to you going to do that foot soldier work because they just learned something. They just got real life stuff. So that's my presentation for today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And there are those 2 other opportunities if you'd like to continue this education. One would be editing with your smartphone. That's on the 21st. The other is the TV show that shows you, how to really use this at a higher level. And so I'll be here afterwards if you've got any questions, and you can come talk to me about how you can get your own mobile studio stick and start making 1-minute videos, only spending 30 minutes a week for the next 3 months to get a new client, or 5 at least. Thanks.
Did you get something from that? That was good. That was good. As I promised and threatened, we will now go around and hear from each of you on what is your action item. We want it to be something you do something with right away. And hopefully that is what keeps differentiating with Biz Ed education from other options that are out there.
Oh, we never did the proof of concept.
Oh, okay.
We got to do that. Go into an incognito here, people. This way Google doesn't know my behavior. And it doesn't think that I want to look for that. Oh! It wasn't there before, right?
Right.
And now it's there. There we go. Proof of concept.
Look at that. All right.
Awesome.
Wow. Okay. We have some work to do. And Anthony has been very instrumental since the beginning of the year in helping us get on Facebook Live and that kind of thing as well. So looks like we can do even more. Awesome. All right. Let's hear from you. Real quick, we'll go around and what's your action item? What's your quick takeaway? Not the time to really open up a new discussion. I don't have time for that, unfortunately, but just what is your quick action item? Can we start up here?
Yes. My action item is.
Oh, you can stand up and say your name and company if you want.
Steve Blackburn Marketing Group. I'm going to practice this and see on a select group of people who already know, like, and trust me, what they think of my video.
Fantastic. Let's keep going around.
Sure. So can I have a little bit more specificity on this action thing? Like,
Yeah, is there something that you took from your investment of time this morning that you know you want to go take action on?
right. So I feel way more confident about starting my YouTube channel now. I don't like to begin something unless I have all of the details, because you don't want to go back and have to redo and change things. So I feel like I can really start my YouTube channel from a place of confidence, and that means a lot to me. So, yay.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Jeremy?
Jeremy Wiley with Entrepreneur Accounting and Tax. My action plan, actually, I think I might do something like, go downtown and see what people think of their accountants. Nobody ever likes their accountants. It can be entertaining.
Yes, Carol Wolf with the Positive Group. I love it that you can be real, have your own style, and you can do it yourself. Do the unexpected, and I love it, the unusual. Thanks, well done.
So my action item, I've been wanting to make some YouTube videos I do a lot of video for nonprofits, so just some strategies for nonprofits to tell their story. So yeah, we'll do that.
Ashley? Oh, okay.
My action item would be to just like make a video and don't make it public yet, and just watch it and get comfortable with seeing myself first, because once it's out there, and that's a little bit intimidating.
Don? But, yes.
Bottom line, my action plan is to get more in touch with Anthony.
All right, Edward. We'll go back. Don?
Yeah, this is about the 5th or 6th time that I've actually come to see Anthony. I get something out of it every time I see him, so yes, I'm buying this today. Okay. I just read it, I'm buying it. But I climb ladders a lot, and that's what I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on, is the ladders and showing my product. But I would really like to see if you could do a body attachment with this, or maybe a hat attachment, that'd be kind of cool. I'll model it for you.
Hi, I'm Renee, and my action step is to, number one, get the whole thing. I can help my husband as well. He's a musician and things like that, so to do his videos as well, so that's where we're going.
I'm Nikki with Vara Financial, and what I'm excited about is I feel like this is very doable and fits within the marketing budget that I have. I don't need to spend $10,000 to make a video, so I'm excited to give it a try.
Hi, Jeff Jordan, and one of the reasons I came here today is because on the project I'm working on, we have really excellent customer testimonials, and I want to be able to quickly turn those into video ones.
Sure. I'm Jacqueline. It's very similar to what you said. I'm being presented with like a content vault. And I think we all want to transform it into video, and so I think that that's probably the next stage. I feel like that's probably the most impactful channel instead of having to worry about so many other ones, and so I'll work on that.
I'm Carol Marquis with Coffee and Connections, and I definitely want to go back, do a video, and test your proof of concept.
Great.
Good morning, Karina again, Online Presence Care. So I've already started doing more behind the scenes video, like I go live onto Facebook, and I love it because I want to show my clients and my prospects what's going on behind the scenes of my company. And I definitely, what I'm intrigued about today, and I appreciate your presentation and your knowledge and sharing that with us today, is I've always asked myself, well, what equipment do I need? Because how am I going to attach this phone to something that's stable? Because I can't always be like this. So I definitely gonna get this attachment and also the lavalier because it makes a difference with the sound. So, and I'm gonna also, with the knowledge that I have today, I'm gonna share that with my prospects and clients on my twice a month teleseminar that I do at 1 o'clock, and it's on connectwithkarina.com.
Chris Early with the App Wizards. My action plan is to follow this action plan. Because video has been on my mind for at least a year, and I just get brain cramped when I think of how I can parlay mobile app development and software development into a video. But I learned that it can be a little snippet about one part of that business, and I can do a whole lot of stuff. My brain's going like crazy, and I actually am heading to Santa Fe, New Mexico tomorrow, and I think I'm going to do some on-the-road videos as I'm thinking about my business. Thanks, Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, good. I think we delivered some value again. That's awesome. Yeah, take charge on the action item. In Boost Biz Ed, we'll be figuring out ways that we can help you remember what your action items are going forward. We've got lots of, my mind, Chris, what you said, my mind's going crazy too with all the things that I'm eager to do with video. And I feel, Anthony, thank you, because I feel, I'm looking at the camera right now. Look at that. That was one of my action items right there. Look at the camera. So, Anthony, thank you for bringing such value to us today, and I look forward to doing more videos. And you've made me feel less intimidated because I'm looking at the camera right now and not sweating too much. So thank you, Anthony. All right, great. As I mentioned before, these events don't happen